So we have something completely different. I don't know, there's some people that know what's in store, but for those of you who don't, you have to go to my YouTube channel because I have this man's screenplay that he's writing and performing, reading in installments each and every other week from his sci-fi thriller called Trans. Matt Fusari, put your hands together.
Thanks, Tom. All right. This is part of a larger work that I'm doing. It's a multi-generational science fiction saga, and I hope sometime in next year that I'll actually be able to perform this with a full cast, which might be interesting to seeing how different actors portray the characters, because right now I'm portraying them. But anyway, once again, go forward with me to a world sometime in the near future, to the early 22nd century. A world where the next major industry in the United States is the manufacture of biological replacement parts, where the impossible is now tomorrow's reality. And it's a world where man has advanced to such a level that it is possible to literally recreate the human body into the form a person desires. We continue now the story of Frankie and Fran Jensen, who were until recently in their worlds one transgender person attempting to be transformed biologically, genetically, and physically into a female. Now, due to a stroke, the transformation procedure was aborted while it was underway. Frankie's brain remains in his original body. His brain tissue now fully regenerated, Frankie deals with the reality that he is still biologically male and cannot undergo the transformation procedure because it could kill him. As for Fran, originally the body that Frankie's brain was to be transplanted into, she is a healthy, beautiful 30-year-old woman with all of Frankie's memories and emotions, downloaded from a copy of Frankie's mind that was made before the transformation procedure. But she faces an uncertain future now that she knows the truth, and she is slightly over 2 months old now, with memories that are not her own. And also a looming threat from the man whom she should be calling Dad, who has rejected her as an abomination. But as we start tonight's episode, which picks up mere seconds from our last, a more immediate danger is present to Dr. Corbin from Franklin Jensen Sr. and to his mysterious partner, Obed Manood. And now, Season 2, Episode 6. As we fade in, interior Dr. Corbin's office during the day, same time as the end of our last episode, Franklin Jensen stands in the doorway of Dr. Corbin's office. His gun is drawn. Corbin, you're gonna pay for what you did to my son. Frank Jensen pulls the trigger. A shot fires. You hear the sound effect of a gunfire. We cut to a two-shot of Obed and Daniel. Obed jumps in front of Daniel Corbin and shields him from the bullet. Daniel! Obed is shot in the back. He and Corbin fall to the ground. Frightened, Jensen drops his gun and runs out of the office. He slams into two security guards, knocking them off balance, and charges out into the hallway. The camera follows Jensen as he charges down the corridor, pushing staff and patients out of the way, who scream in horror. He finds the stairway entrance and charges down the stairs. Other security guards chase after him until finally, a few minutes later, he's subdued. He grunts angrily. Let go of me, you bastards! And we cut to Corbin's office immediately following the shooting. Corbin struggles to keep Obed's bleeding under control. His secretary quickly enters. The paramedics are on their way, Doctor. Obed coughs. He's choking on his own blood. Come on, Obed, stay with me. The medics enter with a stretcher. Get him to the ER, now! Dissolve 2, Fran's apartment, a short time later. Fran is impeccably dressed, modestly made up and looking conservative, wearing a dark-colored suit with a long skirt. Her hair is braided and neatly combed. She stands in front of Karen, who frowns. What? When I suggested you dress conservatively for this job interview, I didn't mean this conservative. Well, if you had a tishel, you would really look like me back in the day. Well, I tried it on, but it didn't look good with the outfit. Very funny. You brought it up. I know it's a sore subject to you, but still. You're right. I'm sorry. But anything that reminds me of those days bothers me, which led to the predicament I'm in now. Only your Uncle Moishe, well, Frankie's uncle, I mean, still talks to me. Even then, it's few and far between. You know what it's like to have your family shun you because you made decisions that they don't agree with. Fran glares at Karen. Her face is a mixture of annoyance and hurt. Karen stares back at Fran silently. Yeah, I guess you do. I'm still not ready for you to call me Mom yet. I wish I were, Fran. Fran looks down and then back up at her. I hope I get this job. Between my surgery and my recovery, I'm really running low on money. And since Franklin has cut us both off, my savings is dwindling fast. And I still don't feel like me, Karen. I hope this changes also, Fran. Sound effect. Smartphone buzzing. Karen reacts to the buzzing of her smartphone. She looks over at the coffee table. She sees on the screen and sees a number she hasn't seen in a while, that of her son, Frankie Jensen. She moves away from Fran somewhat, so the phone's camera doesn't show Fran in the background. She presses the receive button. Frankie is clearly upset. Frankie, what's wrong? It's a madhouse here. I heard there was a shooting upstairs, Mom. I walked out into the hall. Saw them hauling Dad out in handcuffs. I think he was the one who did it. Can you get me out of here? I'm scared. Karen gasps in horror. We cut in a reaction from Fran. Oh my God. And cut to black. End of episode 19. More soon in a couple of weeks.
So tonight's the first. He was reading off an electronic device. He's always had paper in his hand. So, welcome to the 21st century, my friend.
Ran out of printer ink.